Hello, book friends, and welcome back to the Sort of Truth podcast, the alcohol-fueled, chapter-by-chapter reread of the Sort of Truth series with a secret hideout full of craft brew on the side. I'm Nate, and feeling much better, as you can tell.
Yeah, and I'm Jade, and on this episode we are discovering Chapter 22 of Blood of the Foal. Yeah.
It's like a little thing that we found. It's special.
It's a secret, fun little thing that we found.
Well, I gotta be honest with you. This chapter is a little bit long. Like, not in the context of Audible.
Yeah.
It's like a 30-minute chapter, give or take.
Yeah.
But the first third of it is all just like description-y stuff, and it takes a minute to get through.
Description-y stuff of things we know, some of which I feel like have been mentioned already in this book.
Oh, very much so.
But yeah, so it feels longer than it should.
So we're going to do our best to not, like, overly go into a bunch of those things. In fact, I'm almost positive most of the description we have, like, we've kind of passed it.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to know what the garden looks like specifically, you can go read it, which is wonderful for you.
You got to read the book before the book club.
Right.
If you don't read the book before book club, you get kicked out of book club.
Right.
And somebody who shall remain nameless may throw an empty beer bottle at your head. It's happened before.
I mean, maybe, yeah, because if you don't know what we're talking about, then it's a problem. We've had this problem before.
Right. Also, Jade has a good arm. That's all I'm saying.
When I want to. Anyways, let's get the fuck into it. Keep moving right along.
Yes,
so,
let's.
Verna heads out into the Prelate's awesome garden. That's where we left her, stepping into the night. It's pretty and relaxing, with wildlife and shit everywhere. Like, it's great.
Sounds awful.
It makes her think about her time talking to the Night Wisps when she was traveling. She learned a whole bunch of stuff about how magic is over there in the New World.
Yeah, how, like, specifically how the Wisps would interact with the wizards and how they were kind of in charge and they were very, like, they were
hands
good
off
people.
Yeah. Off to the side of the path, though, Verna finds this little building that has a small door with a starburst pattern in the center of it. It's shielded, so she uses her Han, because obviously she's not going to get in this thing if she doesn't. And she's amazed by how awesome it feels to be using her Han in this place. It's like she can hear shit from miles away and all of God's creatures. And
it tunes you in, man. It's like when you take, not that I've ever done this, ever in my life. It's like when you take mushrooms and you start just noticing things.
Yeah, like
sounds are...
You're going through the whole center of the world.
Yeah, like everything is vivid and you have that emotional moment where you're like, oh my God, everything is connected and it's wonderful. That's what Verna's going through right now. And I think it's fucking great because I'm like, I've been there. Allegedly.
You touched your Han?
Yes. Oh, yes. I have touched my Han. And it is super.
So this shield is a strange shield. It's woven with ice and spirit, two things we've never heard used in this context before. Like, we've used the word light a lot. There are light webs, light shields. You know, we've heard of additive and subtractive, and we know that they use things like wind, and you can use, like, dirt and shit around you. Like, influence things, but we've never really heard of, like, ice or spirit being used as a shield. Like, it's a weird, not weird maybe, but different idea.
Well, I think originally we were thinking, like, you could use just the things around you, like what you said.
Yeah.
But this implies that it's more of an elemental thing. Like the exploding of the trees that we've talked about before. They're using the element of water. That's not the tree itself, but it's like inside the tree. And yes, it's physically present. I think that still is an important factor. But we know spirits exist, and ice is a thing that maybe you could just, like, if there's water around her, because it's, you know, nature, she's outside, so they could take the water from the leaves and then blow into it, making it cold, and then mix it with the spirit that's hanging over there. I don't really know, but that's what it seems like to me.
It's just interesting. Like, okay, so could there be a fire shield or a water shield, or I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about because I didn't go to school for magic apparently.
We're not magic people.
It's interesting, a new thing. But apparently these things don't normally play well together. Like, Verna's aware of their usage, but they don't mix.
It's not a typical thing you would see.
Right. But here they are together in this shield with no fucking problems. So it's weird.
I was going to make a joke and I lost it at the last second. I'm so sorry. Different things can play well together. I don't know exactly where I was going. We'll work on it. Get back to you.
Yeah, just randomly shout it out later.
I tried to be smart and it didn't work. It's the spear.
So Verna takes to touch her ring to the pattern on the door because they look the fucking same, and it opens. It's like one of those things in like National Treasure. It's like one of those things in National Treasure.
Oh yeah, you look for the symbol and then you match it up,
and then you find the secret compartment, and it's super badass and like scary.
And also, it's effective because this is the Prelate's ring. There's only one ring made like this. Although I would assume if this happened nowadays, there would be little Prelate ring toys and stuff like that. Like, they wouldn't have magic in them, so it probably wouldn't work. But if it is just a contact thing, then, you know.
Yeah, just like the shape, it's probably not a very secure thing. But there's a shield, Nate. There's a shield.
Okay, yes, there is a shield, but the fact that she is the only one that has this very special ring allows her inside.
And when she is inside, she puts the ring back on the door again, and she's sealed up in there, so nobody can, like, get in after her. This is a sealed fucking Batcave situation.
I was going to say it's a safe place, which is true, but Batcave is much funnier.
Both are true, Nate.
It's a safe bat place. And actually, they do reference, just a minute ago in the chapter, the Fluttermouse.
I was thinking bats.
And it's a bat, right?
That too, yeah.
I feel like we've talked about that before, but that's what I got. Every time I hear Fluttermouse, I was like, you mean bat, but okay.
I mean, I'm sure that some people think that because, like, bats' wings don't flutter necessarily. They're probably thinking more like butterfly wings or something, but that's weird.
Well, that's a flutterby.
But, okay. All the candles light as she enters the room. Inside, there's a little altar with a bowl on it and a kneeling pad. It's real small in there, but it's very cozy, I think. It's a cozy little sanctuary.
Yeah, there's nothing too elaborate in there, but it's just like a place to get away. So you got some essentials, but nothing too much. Just what you need and nothing more, which is, probably nice.
Yeah, I would think so.
I just looked up on Google, and if you look up Fluttermouse, you will find the most adorable creatures you have ever seen.
Yeah?
They don't exist, right? These are all, like, fake toys and stuff, but, like, butterfly wings on little mices.
See?
Look at that. That's fairy wings on a little white mouse.
Yeah, they're little fairy mice.
Yeah, they look cute. But that's what I'm talking about right there. The next one's fucking bat. Oh, he looks cute, too.
Oh, well, I mean, I think that could be disputed. So, Verna wondered what the fuck she was supposed to do in here, okay? She thinks maybe it was to relax, but that doesn't seem likely. Anne went through a lot of trouble to pass this message on through, like, Millie and all these different channels.
Oh, right.
So, it's probably not just, hey, go chill in the secret room, right?
It goes along with her message. Don't work too hard.
Right. Okay.
Oh, apparently we're just hanging out in here.
Eventually she figures this is a waste of time, and she goes to leave. But she decides, right before she's about to go out the door, to try praying first.
I love how Verna was like, well, I guess, I'm the prelate, and I'm supposed to be all pious and stuff, so maybe I'll give praying a shot. Like, it was not in her mind, like, this might be a sacrosanct place.
Yeah.
Is that the word I'm looking for?
Yeah, I don't know if you sacrosect. I don't know how.
Sacred. We're gonna go with sacred.
Go with that.
It didn't occur to her that this is a sacred place meant to bring you closer to the Creator first. She's like, I guess I'll do this because I'm the prelate and I'm supposed to be this way.
Yeah. Although, okay, this chapter is one of the only times for a moment that you do see her at one point. I think a little bit later, like, appreciate what God put her through, or like his creation a little bit, because so far she seems very anti-creative. She's like, fine, I'll fucking pray, but I don't really want to pray, especially if someone's making me fucking pray.
Seems like a chore.
Yeah. But she goes to do it anyways, okay? Especially because the prelate's supposed to be close to the Creator, so it seems silly that she would need a special place to do this, but she's gonna fucking try, because what else is there to do in
Well,
here?
you're here.
Yeah.
I mean, give it a shot, man. It can't hurt, I guess. But, like, again, this is her job now, and that's why. That is why. She's like, I guess I'll pray. It seems very, very clearly to me that she wouldn't have done that otherwise.
And who knows? Maybe when you put your knees on the pad, a secret, like, wall moves, and you're going to go into the other room with a treasure.
It's got the bust statue we were talking about. She just moves it, like, 3 or 4 times in succession. Like, is that it? No?
No?
What about over here? Damn it. It's not really a bat cave.
Shit.
We got a hideout, though. That's a start.
Well, as she kneels, she's annoyed as hell because she's still being bossed around by Anne from beyond the grave. Like, you're even telling me how to fucking pray. I can't just do that on my own either. And she looks up while she's thinking about all this and notices something in the small bowl on the altar, which is supposed to be just ashes. It's not just ashes.
Oh, I was thinking something else.
Oh, okay.
What's in that small bowl you have there? In your secret hideout.
It's not that kind of bowl, Nate.
I know, I'm sorry.
So she reaches in, she pulls out a small package wrapped in paper. Yeah?
I'm sorry, I'm done.
That one got ya?
A little bit.
She realizes that this is the only place it would have been safe to leave something meant just for the prelate. They couldn't leave it in her fucking office because people clean it. All the other sisters who are shisty probably would go in there and check it out anyways. Like, we know that her office isn't safe.
Right, and we also know that Millie was not allowed to clean this place.
Right.
So everything in here is the most important of anything like it anywhere.
And the last person who was in here was Anne.
Right. Everything is exactly how she left it. So, like, it dawns on her that maybe all the stuff in here, because it's an important place, is important.
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe. But there's, like, with the message and everything that was left for you, Anne wanted you to come in here.
For sure, she wanted,
being in there is, like, part of the battle. But then you have all of Anne's shit. And, like, this is a person you knew for a really long time, and then they died. So maybe spend some time with her thing.
Oh, you mean, like, treat it with a little reverence instead of being so pissy?
Where I was coming from, but also where you're coming from makes perfect sense, too. Like, yeah, this is a secret place. Let's fuck with some stuff and see if there's more secret. Because how awful would it be if Verna got all the way here and was like, oh, this is a nice spot to chill, and then never went any further.
Yeah.
And then Anne supposedly puts all this effort into getting Verna in there, and then she's like, yeah, I'm going to take a nap.
Yeah.
Instead of save the world. No big deal.
Well, it is also a little bit funny because, yeah, she's irritated. But Nate, she just has to get back to her reports. She has plenty of reports to sign off on. So she can't treat her stuff with respect. She can't, like, miss her for a moment. She has to get back to the fucking reports.
Well, I don't know. I don't know about all that. All I'm saying is that you can only be told we're putting 2 cover pages on all TPS reports before you lose your mind.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry about that.
That's an Office Space reference.
Oh.
Apparently, we have to watch that one again.
I mean, we've watched it. I don't remember.
Just the what is it, mundanity? I feel like I just made that word up. It's super mundane to just do paperwork all the time.
Now I'm wondering how to... Okay, anyways.
That's how Shakespeare did it.
So Verna opens this package, and she sees a journey book lying just inside the paper. We all know what journey books are, and that they are super important to the sisters when they go on their little trips. They always tested them before they went out to make sure they had the right ones connected, so somebody didn't end up with one that didn't work, out there all on their own. Like, shit, I can't connect anybody.
That's fucking great. Like, are you guys getting a signal?
Yeah.
Try your books? I'm not getting nothing. I've been writing in this thing all night, and zilch.
Like old school walkie-talkies.
Fuck.
You're
and
fucked.
Then, and there's no cell phones or anything. There's no other way to pass along a message because it's just you 3. So you would have to schlep your ass back to the palace and be like, yeah, what's going on? It doesn't work. Which also means that must have happened. At least at one point in the last 1,000 years. Somebody just had to walk back.
Well, and they